So we've made it to the last part of our 4R program, which is going to be the re-inoculation phase. And this is where we're trying to really put back in those beneficial bacterias to help our body stay a little bit more balanced. So probiotics come in many shapes and forms and fashions and delivery systems. Some of the ones that I use in particular, I always make sure they're clinical grade. So what I mean by that is we have third-party verification that these products are alive once they get into your hands, which is super important. We also have them with no fillers and preservatives, which is important because some probiotics that are cheaper have gluten and MSG as a filler, which is going to drive you crazy to begin with. So you might not be getting the best probiotic for your buck there. And also, every one of the probiotic strains that we use clinically that I might recommend to you, that you can actually literally look them up on PubMed and see that there's been clinical trials or some kind of demonstration that these probiotics are effective in humans. So I think that that's super important to take into account because, you know, why would you put in a probiotic species into your body that's not been proven to do anything in a human being? So I think that's an important factor right now to look at the right probiotic for you. And this is, again, something we'll talk about in our free 15-minute chat if you want to sign up for that right below. I might be able to make a better recommendation for you as far as it goes with what probiotic I might be able to recommend for you. Another big important fact of probiotics with people just starting these substances is probiotics need food. And the food that probiotics specifically love to eat are starches. So we want to make sure in the diet here that we're getting enough, you know, artichokes, and we're getting enough berries, and we're getting enough polyphenols from good chocolates, and getting, again, coming back to our berries, and making sure we have enough roughage in our diet that's coming from our vegetables and our you know, those quinoas and oats and that kind of stuff that we can actually might be able to still use with you. So we want to make sure that your intestinal environment is ready to handle the load of probiotic that we're going to throw at it so it can actually keep eating its food that it's supposed to. So I think that's super important. So most probiotics you get on the market have potato starch added to them. So if you're one of those people that have, like, we call it like a histamine intolerance, or if you have very, very poor skin, meaning like when your leaky gut symptom might be your skin, you might not want to use the potato starch. It's a little bit high in what's called histamine creation, so you might actually notice that worsens your skin condition. But again, something we'll talk about in our free 15-minute chat here that we might be able to find a different strategy for you. So I use varieties of probiotics, all different types, all different sizes. But look, you can eat probiotics as well. So getting fermented foods in your day is probably something I recommend for most of you as well. So looking at things like kimchi, looking at sauerkraut, looking at kombucha, looking at different teas. Those are the things that we're trying to find in nature that provide, you know, a wealth of probiotics. So there's a ton of different things you can buy that are starter kits for these different cultures. Soil-based organisms are great as well, so don't be afraid to go outside in your lifestyle and get your hands dirty and maybe put your fingers in your mouth, heaven forbid. You know, go to bed dirty for a night. Don't worry about showering after you've been out in the garden. You know, just let your body absorb some of those microbes that are freely available from our soil. So these are the things that I see with probiotics that make the biggest difference, and probiotics might be the thing that helps you feel a hell of a lot better.